and welcome back to the TMCJ podcast. We're on segment 3 now, which Blue seemed oddly excited about when he told me that he was looking forward to segment 3. So I'm assuming you have some kind of an idea what the hell we're going to be talking about in this segment, because I don't.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, I remember the I was talking about people and what utter buggers they can be. Just
Right.
something that I experienced earlier today, literally. I was on the bus, and this really nice old couple got on the bus. They were really sweet. One of them even cracked a joke towards me about him needing glasses or something.
Yeah.
Very sweet. So they were sitting at the back of the bus near where I was. These two girls, who must have been like 16 or something, got on the bus. Neither of them were wearing face masks, and they sat like in front of this really nice couple. They weren't sitting in like different seating. They were sat right next to each other, which is against bus policy. They weren't wearing masks, which is against bus policy. They were in front of three elderly people, in fact, which is just, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And then, when I thought it couldn't get any worse, one of them started blowing bubble gum. Like, for a start, you're not meant to be eating or drinking. Like, even before COVID, one of us. With COVID, so much worse. And then, the one who wasn't blowing the bubble gum started poking the bubble, and then the one who was eating the bubble gum poked the bubble back into her own mouth, chewed it up, and blew another bubble. Oh, the germs! The germs!
I love how this whole thing has made everybody into a hypochondriac. But I'm on board with you on this one.
Decency. There's two lovely older
Yes.
people behind you, and you're being a bastard.
This is where the kind of line comes when you're talking about, like, it's less about... God, we're already diving into this, but I'm gonna just say this. It's less about following the rules during this very particular situation and more about just basic human decency. Like, you wouldn't walk past, another human being on the street and fart in their fucking face. Like,
Right?
you would... It's basic, civilized human decency to try and, respect those around you. Even if you don't know them or don't... Even if you don't give a shit about them, honestly. I just hit my computer again while I was talking, so that's going to come through the mic. I think that... Yeah. So, and more so now, because there's the concern that people who are vulnerable like that, are going to catch something. It's the same thing during, like, a normal flu season, too. Like, if you're feeling a little under the weather, you don't walk up next to, like, a 70-year-old person and cough in their face.
No.
Like, yeah, it's...
But
bad
that
behavior
wasn't
during the
just it.
best of times.
that wasn't just it for this bus ride of hell.
Oh, okay.
Alright?
I'm waiting to hear.
So for a start, this bus ride is an hour long. Alright?
Yeah.
And it is the hot... I was going to say summer day. I don't think it's summer anymore, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think fall officially starts on the 20-something of spring, so it's still technically
Okay.
summer.
Yes, it was a hot day, is my point, inside this bus for an hour. And I was sat on the back of the bus, trying to stay away from as many people as I can, because buses are just generally gross anyway.
Yeah.
I could hear people at the front of the bus. And I could hear them, because they too were not wearing masks. They had a bottle of Tango with them, which is, in my eyes, they shouldn't be drinking on the bus, obviously, as we've discussed.
Sorry,
And also,
is that like a tea or something? I've never heard of that brand.
oh, Tango is like an orange-flavored fizzy drink.
Okay. Alright, so, yeah, like an orange
You have
soda.
Fanta
Okay.
over there?
Yeah, we have Fanta.
It's exactly the same as Fanta, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
And second of all, it's a bad thing, because if you have a bottle of something, chances are they're going to be lazy little shits and leave the bottle on the bus. It's littering, and I hate. And then one of them starts laughing with this most obnoxious laugh. Don't get me wrong. The two of us have weird fucking laughs, alright?
Yeah.
But this was like piercing. Not in a funny way, just in a gross way. And then the other one started doing like a mock throwing up sound.
Oh, God.
Like they were gagging.
They're.
Oh, it was not a pleasant bus ride. And then when I got up to get off the bus, they took fucking forever to stand up. So by the time I got to the stairs, they were just ahead of me going downstairs. So I had to wait as those two fucks walked past me.
So
I was very displeased.
thank you for completely reinforcing my stereotype in my mind of buses. I have not ridden a bus in my own country since I was in grade school, because we kind of had to, for school trips and stuff like that. I lived, fortunately, close enough to the school that I could walk there, which was, being the old man that I am, I walked there, of course, uphill both ways, and it was snowing all the time.
Right.
I'm just full of it. I'm making a very terrible joke, but every time there's a reason that I don't like public transport in general. It tends to just be shit. The only exception I've found to that was in two places. Japan, obviously. When I was there, like, the trains were pristine, the seats were heated, like it was a smooth ride. The train cars were like soundproofed, so there was barely any noise even at the high speeds on a normal train track, which was crazy to me. I took a bus from the airport to our company office in Tokyo, and it was comfy. They had these cushioned seats. It was, again, heated, pristine in terms of cleanliness. And again, Japan, they take their public transports. The quote I remember hearing, I don't remember where I heard this from. It was on some other podcast. Was Japan is a place where people just don't give a fuck. They give a million fucks every day. Like, for some reason, and this is the experience I've had with the Japanese office at my company, like, they are some of the most professional, on point, and engaged, I guess engaged individuals is the word I'm looking for. Like, they actually give a crap about getting the job done and getting it done right, and they really seem to care. So again, that's Japan. The other train system that I really liked was the one in Belgium. I took a train from Brussels, the Brussels airport, into downtown Brussels, and it may have just been like an off day or something. No one was really on the train, but it was really, like, it was comfortable. They had nice seats. They were well spaced. Like, the train seemed to be in good condition, good repair.
Well, to be fair, it's one of those countries where you see the name on something and you think this must be good quality. Like, if you see a German name on some kind of machinery, then you're like, this shit's got to be the real deal.
Yeah, it's gonna be functional, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Belgium have like fine chocolate, and they got. Well, what else have they got? They got mountains, right?
No, they don't. They're right near the They're right near the coast.
Anyway, I kind of lump them in with Germany a little bit, but
I mean,
like, it's not Belgian. It's generally better in some way.
Yeah, it's. I mean, isn't that where the EU is based? In Brussels? I don't know. I
don't know.
This is not something I pay a whole lot of attention to. You know from our previous conversations, I have pretty much zero respect for the EU. But that just might be my burger and freedom land coming through.
It's fine. We're not part of the EU anymore. We can.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can commiserate with us and make fun of it. And now they're gonna have to fucking bail out Greece again.
Yep. Yes.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to go down that particular political rabbit hole, because here on, I think,
That's a
This
weak source political argument, by the way. Like,
I know, and I could do much better, but I'm doing my best to keep politics out of the podcast.
ugh,
We maybe we'll
we're off
do
bullets.
like an after hours segment or something like that where
Hmm.
we can actually talk politics and I'll age restrict it. But
Okay.
I'd like to
Does
keep
that mean I have
the.
to stop drinking alcohol during this one?
I mean, no, I'm not.
Okay,
Like,
good.
I'm not stopping. I mean, I am. I've still
We
got
got
my.
D&D in a bit, guys. You can't be drinking.
Just having a
Uh,
beer. Calm down. But yeah, we. Where was I even talking about? Oh, it's talking about Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain things that have qualities. Belgium, I think of like, like you were saying, chocolates and certain kinds of foods and confectionery stuff.
Yeah, I mean, France is
Germany,
known for all those
yeah.
things.
Oh God. By the way, I flew Air France one time for my for work, and I was literally just passing through France to go to Japan. I passed through France to go to Japan. For some reason, it was almost the same distance if I went west or east, and the cheaper flight was to fly from Boston to France and then from France over Russia to Tokyo. Like it was
Right.
for some reason that was the cheaper way to go. And so my company they default, the cheaper way within
Yeah.
reason. And some of the best food that I think I've eaten on an airplane was on Air France because they just oh, it was like luxury food. They had like foie gras and stuff. I'm like, I didn't even
Luxury
know what the
pastries.
fuck foie gras was. It's
What
apparent.
like fish eggs, isn't it?
No. You're thinking of caviar.
Caviar.
Foie gras is where they take a duck and fatten it up like significantly, like give it
Right.
overfeed it, and then foie gras is the like minced liver of the duck.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I've had it before. It's just not something you have
Yeah,
very
it's very delicious. PETA hates it
often.
because
Oh,
they
is it like
think.
the
I mean, you're
pate?
fattening up a duck, and it's considered animal cruelty or whatever. It doesn't matter. It tastes fucking delicious.
Fuck's sake. Politically correct, Kaiser.
Hey,
Doesn't fucking matter. It's delicious.
I love animals, and animals love me, but I also love eating animals.
This is true.
I am very much a carnivore, but
Much
it
as
does
many animals would love to eat you.
exactly. That's I think why animals like me. Like
He is
we have a
a chunky
kindred
Kaiser.
spirit relationship going on.
Get some good steaks out of that boy.
I pissed I pissed a friend of mine off one time, back in. This was I think this was like on one of the summer breaks from college. I went with her and a few of my friends from my hometown to a petting zoo, and
Oh yeah, I remember.
yeah, it was like a town fair or something like that. It's a big
Yeah.
big thing near my hometown, and they had a petting zoo. They have like a couple circus rides and things, and a few events. They can take you up in a blimp. All this small town fair kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sounds
so
like that.
we went to the petting zoo, and a little bit too loudly, I was like, "Look at all the food!"
Which means exactly the pitch you were going for.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to keep quiet. I wasn't embarrassed. I'd eat half the animals. They had chickens and goats and sheep. I eat mutton. I eat goat.
Yeah.
Cows. I've eaten horse before.
I
It's
did
not something I
something similar.
actively seek out, but I've eaten it.
I did something similar with Alicia the other day. So
Oh yeah.
it kind of becomes something that I say now. Is I'm always threatening to eat that dog. uh,
Those are two types of meat that I haven't eaten that I think
no, I've never eaten dog. No,
I-
never
no, and-
would, but
I so I would.
yeah.
I wouldn't actively seek it out, but if I was say in a culture that did eat dog and cat, I think I
Or if
would.
you're in the culture, if you're born into the culture.
Well, no,
then
not
you
born in the
like-
culture. I mean, visiting it, like visiting
Yeah.
a location where that was something that was eaten.
When in Rome, do as the Romans.
Exactly. I think I would do it, and I would eat it, but it's not something I would try to avoid it, and I wouldn't necessarily ever go back and try it again.
No.
But if
Unless it was like really good.
I guess if it was really good, maybe I would.
Can I get a doggy bag to take away with me?
Oh,
That's too
Jesus
bad.
God,
No,
that's
I can't do
awful.
that.
Um, but
Sorry.
I think the only kind of meat that that I would never eat, the one line I think I would never cross, like in terms of eating another creature, it would be human, obviously.
Well, yes, I would hope so, guys. Jesus.
I don't know.
Oh,
I feel
was in
we're
this
on this
culture
subject.
the other day?
Hey,
They were all cannibals. Had a nibble.
I just admitted. So, I just admitted that I would probably eat like dog and cat under the right circumstances.
Yeah,
right?
which is normal.
But I felt like I needed to qualify that because there's like animal activist psychos out there who would think that that would mean I would eat anything. In fact,
yeah, but you don't give a shit about their opinion, do you?
No, I don't. That's why I said it out loud.
Okay.
God. Okay, so we made a joke before we started the podcast today about the third segment essentially being the therapy segment where we just talk through the things that pissed us off. And
Yeah.
like it's a wild card, and it has been. We've talked about having, a third person on every now and again or something like that. Today's theme is let's just get some shit off our chest. And,
Well, actually, I've got a topic that will lighten the mood, perhaps.
okay. I'm sorry, did you just
Go on.
what did you just call me?
I didn't. What? I didn't refer to you. I said, well, I've got a topic that might lighten the mood.
Oh, okay. No,
What did you think I said?
well, it sounded like you said I have a topic that'll lighten the mood, and then my first name, and I was like, I don't think you've ever called me by
Oh.
name before. You just
I have plenty of times.
yeah, but it always sounds
Not
weird. It's just like
Yeah,
I
it
would never
does.
call you by your first name. It just
No,
it
I
feels
know.
more natural calling you Blue.
Yeah, my D&D party called me by my first name. It's strange. So the what I'm gonna bring up is that it's finally happened. All right, the momentous occasion. I
Oh my
lost a
God,
game
you've
of
had
Monopoly
sex.
to Alicia.
Oh wait, so you lost a game of Monopoly.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I
It
talked
finally
over you.
happened.
I talked over you there. So, but
It's
you've
like 25th game or something. I don't know.
how have
finally
you
lost
played
one.
25 games of Monopoly?
Dude, every single day that I've been over there since before the lockdown, we've played a game of Monopoly. All right.
Oh my. Honestly, I play
Every
Monopoly
day.
maybe once or twice a year, and that's enough. I can't imagine playing it that much.
Right? This is real, like, relationship breaking shit. No. um, and
Oh God.
it's yeah, no, like, so one of the rules that we play, which I know you don't play,
Yeah.
is that if you land on the go square, you get double the amount of
Yeah,
money.
you have $400 instead of 200. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
Wait.
you landed on go
Yeah.
6 times. Like, it was basically more than half the times she went around the board, she landed on go. So she was stacked to the nines.
So this is basically how I get through life, is just pure luck.
Well, exactly, but she did play well as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I know she'll probably be listening. I'm not I'm not necessarily making fun of you,
No.
but I am.
That's right. Attack him this time, sweetie. Attack him.
All right, go on.
Yeah, and I pull one rule I have when I'm playing any game. As long as it's not with a child, I do not pull my punches. Right?
Yeah.
Someone's gonna beat me at a game. They've beaten me fair and square. I've tried my damnedest to win, and hence the 25 games. And now she's done it, and oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit salty, a little bit, because I am a very competitive person
Well,
when it comes
yeah.
to games.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
But when we finished, she stood up and she just started like getting the Wii ready because we were about to play the Wii, and I was like, oh, so every time that I've won, I've got up and given her a hug. But no, she's like, nope, this shit's been done now. I've won the game. um, but no, we did hug. We did hug out afterwards.
Yeah, I know. But it's like she essentially treated it like the hiker who's just got to the top of Mount Everest, and he doesn't shout or anything. He just stands there, takes a deep breath, and goes,
a smug fucking grin.
Done.
And oh my god!
And yes, I
it's
did
also
equate winning a game of Monopoly to climbing Mount Everest.
Winning against me, well.
Oh my god!
No, she also snapped her figurine halfway through that one. Like the character she always plays is Alice. And so we've played like 24 games.
This is like one of those
always...
themed Monopolies, right?
Yeah, it's Disney themed.
Gotcha.
So we played 24 games with her playing this Alice character. She snaps the Alice character. I give her Lady and the Tramp, and then she goes on to win. So
apparently, all the bad luck was contained in Alice.
Right? I've been playing Dumbo all this time, and I've just been bam, bam, bam. Brutal.
Of course. It's a fucking elephant that can fly with his ears. Like,
yeah.
Of course, Dumbo's gonna fucking win.
There was one game where I was being really cocky, where I was like, right, I'm not playing with Dumbo today, because Dumbo's retired on his vast wealth he has from you. He's going to sit on a coaster and overlook the board while I'll play as a different character.
Oh my god. Dumbo's got
That's
a
how
fucking,
much a good boyfriend I am.
Dumbo's got a fucking Riviera villa, and he's just looking out on the fucking Mediterranean.
He came out of retirement, Rocky style, and then he got destroyed.
You know, there is something that I need to ask about, because I think this could be something, you know, we could use to transition off of.
Okay, yes.
Off of your Monopoly. No. Again, this is the therapy segment. We're just talking about what happened in our lives. I completely lost track of my own point. Oh, in standard Monopoly, what piece do you usually pick? Because I feel like this says something about a person.
I like to pick the coolest looking thing, so it will either be the battleship, maybe the cannon, or the top hat.
You son of a bitch! You copied me in my first choice. My first choice is usually either the car or the battleship. Those are the two that I switch between. Most of the time, if there's no
one younger than me, I'll generally go with the dog.
Most of the time, I go with the car, but the battleship is a close second.
Yeah, no one takes the shoe. No one.
No. My mom always takes the
wheelbarrow.
my mother always used to take the thimble.
Really?
Yeah, she liked the thimble. I mean, she grew up on a farm and she loves sewing, like arts and crafts and stuff. So the thimble was like right up her alley. She loved that thing.
When you said thimble, I was thinking of like a shot glass. So it looks like one, but it isn't.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to remember what my dad took. I want to say he took...
Probably something sporty related.
Yeah, I think he... The thing is, I think he may have wanted to take the car a lot of the time, but because I was a kid, he let me take it.
Right.
You know, I know they're probably going to listen to this, but, you know, Dad, what the hell did you take in Monopoly? Because I'm scratching my head right now.
Very important question.
This is important. It speaks to his character as a human being.
Yeah, they wrote it on my birth certificate that I was always going to take the cannon. That is my astrological sign. That's how I live my life, Kaiser.
God, maybe he did take the shoe or the cannon. I'm sorry. This is important to me. I feel
this
like
is important to you. You don't believe in like psychic shit or stars or anything. But your Monopoly piece, that's grounded in real logic.
This is important. It's gonna tell me who people are. Like I'm gonna discern
true secrets of the close.
I am going to start a brand new field of astrology where I determine someone's entire life based on their Monopoly piece choice.
Oh my god. Yeah. I was actually thinking the other day, I can't remember if it was... it was something that people could pick, and I think it was like Steam icons or something.
Yeah.
The Steam icons actually say quite a lot about a person.
I need to update mine because mine doesn't say quite the
Yeah, yours
same
is
things it used to
really
about me.
old.
I've had that same Steam icon since
Like
2014.
Beacon. Yep.
Yeah, fuck off. Steam icon since 2014. It's
Yeah.
been 6 years since I've changed it.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I get one every so often. My old college friend is like, "Hey, I've drawn something for you." I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Time for an update, baby.
I'm sorry, did you say college or university?
College. I never went to uni.
Okay, that's.
Didn't think
I'm
it
sorry.
was worth the cost.
I want to say
Yeah,
we've
talked
talked about this
high
in the
school
podcast.
is
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Um,
It's so weird.
and I mean, obviously, Scott's icon, of course, perfectly represents him as a man of mystery.
It's just a question mark, isn't it?
It's a very fancy question mark that a brilliant designer made for him one day.
Oh,
on a
I
whim.
see. And what is that designer's website? Yeah, it just if you know it.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't feel like plugging.
I have honestly thought about putting. I think I may. Well, I've started crediting you in the videos where I actually use your artwork.
Yeah, I remember you asking the other day. Yeah, just
Yeah.
saying in the comment section is like more than enough.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of the stuff I make for you guys doesn't get put up on my website because
It's normally special order.
yeah, and like the designs I did recently from like the Valorant style guns, right?
Mm.
Not sure I want to put up like weapons on my
As a
page.
yeah, as a especially not like weapons that are gun related. People are really sensitive about that now. So, from a business perspective, that probably makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like it's kind of one of my better
Oh, I really like them. Like you sent me
my
those
better
pictures.
thing,
Yeah,
because I've grown up playing games, and it's something that I'm quite passionate about, which sounds really sad, I'm aware.
but the thing
It's something that I really enjoy, so I like making art for it, but I can't really use it in my professional
but
respect.
so this is actually a good topic or a good point of discussion since this is the therapy segment.
Yeah.
I think that's a stereotype that I think needs to go away, is this idea that just because video games have a stigma of being a waste of time, but that's the same stigma that movies had in the 60s and 70s. They had the stigma as being just a waste of time, escapism essentially. Same thing with games. But if you're passionate about it and you can actually draw something out of it, then I don't think it really should be thought of that way. Like, if, for instance, like video gaming, like a lot of what I know about storytelling has come from playing really good narrative, like single player video games. And a lot of my ability to kind of organize and think strategically has also come from video games.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a stigma that shouldn't be there. Like, if you have that passion and you get something good out of it, fucking roll with it.
Yeah, I think variety in the games that you play is definitely better, because
Right.
if you just played, let's say,
COD or FIFA.
yeah, I don't think FIFA gives you many skills. Like, okay, it gives you possibly the ability to, I was going to say think on your feet. What I mean is, if something suddenly happens, you can quickly decide of what plan to do next. Kind of thing. But if you're playing a game like even a first-person shooter, your reflexes and reactions are a lot heightened, and you also have to work cohesively as a team if you want to get good in a lot of them. There's lots of puzzle games out there which make you think outside of the box, or just help you to focus on an issue and work your way around it in a logical manner. I don't know. There's a lot of good that can come from games. Less so the whole like GTA style
Yeah, it depends on.
social aspects.
So I think this comes down to, since we're now digging into human psychology here. I think a lot of this comes down to the fact that, like a lot of things in life, it it's what you choose to get out of it. Like if you're truly engaged with something, like you can get a lot out of cleaning up a house if
Yeah.
you choose to like engage your mind and really like focus on it. Like maybe that's a bad example, but
Well, I mean, it's like the whole Kung Fu Kid thing where you're just, as an exaggerated example, but you're just, wiping down a car, but actually you're training to be a ninja at the same time.
to be
You don't
fair,
realize it.
it's the Karate Kid, not the Kung Fu
Listen.
Kid. The Kung
Oh,
Fu
it's been
Kid is like
so
the
long.
bootleg version.
Is it?
I don't know,
I've
but
seen
I,
the Kung Fu
I
Kid.
want to believe that out there somewhere there's a movie called The Kung Fu Kid that's just a bootleg version of the Karate Kid.
It's Karate Kid mixed with Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my god.
I love that. But
Sorry.
yes, that's how I do things in gaming.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying yeah over and over again. I feel like you do get a lot out of it. And with how ubiquitous video games are now, I feel like more and more people are going to be describing their life in terms of some kind of video game context.
Yeah.
I've caught myself doing it before, and when I was growing, I started like my first video games I got when I was 3 or 4 years old, and I got an original. We talked about this in one of the earlier podcasts. I got an original Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, and it was Mario and Duck Hunt, which at that point were 7 years out of date because that system and stuff came out in the 85, I want to say, and this was like 92.
Right.
But basically, for all of the life that I have that I can remember, like meaning not when I was a baby, I remember video games being a part of my life, and so I do think in those metaphors, like going, oh, this story that I saw in this game, or this life event makes me think of. I'm trying to think of a specific example that I can use.
Well, creativity from games. I'm sure it has changed greatly what you've been thinking as a DM. Dungeons and Dragons, basically.
Yeah,
It-
that's a
There's
topic,
so
by the
much
way, that I've
wider
written.
scope.
Sorry, that's a topic I've written down multiple times. Is for us to talk about D&D, but I think we're probably going to be saving. That is going to be. I'm going to say it right now. That is going to be a topic in podcast 9.
In the next one.
Is we're going to
Okay.
talk about in the beginning. We're going to talk
It's
about.
going to be a
D&D.
long topic.
Well, some of our most.
Shit, I just remembered a topic I was going to bring up earlier and I completely forgot. Go on.
All right, no. I'm rambling. And I'm just basically. I don't know. I'm feeling. You've got me like pensive, thinking about life now and passions that you have in life, and I could literally just sit here and rhapsodize, just staring at the ceiling,
That's what
talking
the
about this.
podcast is.
No, for the most part, it has been pretty focused. We've just sort of at the end, literally at the end, minutes from the end of the podcast, we've decided to get really philosophical.
Well, philosophical in games.
But no, we're talking about games and how they impact your life and the way that you perceive the
Yeah.
world. That, in my opinion, is fairly philosophical.
Okay.
Anyway, you said you had one thing that you wanted to talk about.
I was actually going to bring up in the media segment. It's an upcoming film based on a very old sci-fi book called Dune. Don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, have I heard of it? I've read it.
Well,
I have
then.
both a physical copy, a Kindle copy, and an audiobook.
So a lot of modern media was based off of it, I imagine. Like just think about the giant sandworms. You see them in every fucking
Oh yeah,
horror that has a worm.
they were in Star
that has
Wars.
an android. Yeah, fucking Sarlacc bit, right?
Yeah, yep.
Or was the Sarlacc? I don't know. Anyway,
It was the Sarlacc, and then there was also the space worm that popped out of an asteroid in one of the movies and ate the Millennium Falcon.
yes, but yes, Dune. It's had several movies made about it previously that all just did shit. It looks the advert for the one that's coming out soon looks insanely cool.
I have seen the trailer, and I really want to see it. I really want to see it.
Got to watch together.
Yeah, I agree. It's yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Because I read the books, like, so few people that I
I've
know,
not read the book, kind of before me.
a few people I know from college loved that series. Big into that kind of sci-fi stuff, and have been bugging me to read it for a long time. I got the book, I started reading through it, I never finished it. Finally, when I had those long commutes into work, I got the audiobook and I listened to the whole thing through, and I'm really glad I did. I loved the story. It was really good. I know there are sequels and stuff after that. I haven't listened to and or read them.
How long was the book?
An audiobook format? I don't know if you want to fill just the blank space for a little bit. I can pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, it looked really cool. It looked like a kind of Mad Max, the dusty, deserty, post-apocalypse kind of style, and then it has several different factions, kind of Game of Thrones style, from what I saw. And I know nothing about it, but I've heard about it from multiple sources, generally fairly older people, who reference it in other games or movies that they've seen.
Found it, by the way.
Cool, yeah, and I mean, just looking at some of the images, particularly of the in the trailer of the fucking sandworm. I know we keep bringing up sandworm, and sandworms don't sound very cool on the face of it. This thing looked really cool, like Pacific Rim level, fucking massive monsters. Really nice detail. Looked believably real.
Going back to the book itself, going back to an earlier thing we talked about, I think, like, I just really hope that when this comes out, they're true to the story, because the story was Dune, I think, has maintained its popularity, especially in the sci-fi kind of community around this sort of thing, because it's kind of a timeless story. You can read it in 2020 in the same way you can read it in the 1990s, you can read it in, whenever it originally came out. It kind of still maintains that sort of timelessness. I did check, by the way, the audiobook is 21 hours long.
Okay, that's not too long.
No, it wasn't that bad. Took me a few weeks to finish on my commute. Anyway, I think we should wrap it up here. We're actually at 38 minutes.
Now I can put a giant sandworm in the thumbnail.
You're right. Oh god, it was your plan all along to...
I'm probably gonna forget now.
to slip your sandworm into the thumbnail.
Oh, Kaiser. Probably what it is.
You're the one that made that into a euphemism. Fuck off. Alright. Alright. We're gonna close it out here. This has been podcast number 8 of the TMCJ podcast. Thank you all for listening the whole way through, and we hope that you'll come back for episode number 9.
Have a good week.